Hi, I'm Becca, and this is my husband, Gabe.
That's me.
Welcome to the podcast celebrating Jack Russell Terrier dogs.
And all the joys of companionship with canines of every kind.
Each episode will explore all the heartfelt, humbling, and hilarious stories that only dog parents can truly relate to. We're Jack Russell parents. Hey everyone, we are so excited to have you join us for our new podcast, Jack Russell Parents. We premiere Monday, March 22nd.
We're excited to talk about our dog Carson and what a wonderful blessing dogs are in everyone's lives.
Let's start with talking a little bit about Jack Russells and how we have absolutely fallen in love with that breed. I just love how smart they are and how they have so much incredible personality. And when I was a kid, a mix, a Jack Russell and I think maybe a Whippet mix, she was absolutely adorable. She wandered into our backyard. I think I was in middle school. And so I went to the neighbors and I gave her back and was like, if you don't sell this dog, can I please have her? And so I was kind of relentless. And eventually they came and they're like, yes, you can have her. Stop calling us. Right. So she was just adorable. And I absolutely fell in love with her. And you grew up with Jack Russells as well, right?
We had the two by the time you and I had met. We lost one shortly after. And then Wiggles, the male of the pair, he lasted about 2.5 years. I feel like he was hanging on for you. He loved you more than the entire family that he grew up with. You were the light of his life. It was really hard when we lost him. I feel like we talked about him for years after that. Every day we talked about how much he meant to us and how special he was.
Yeah, he was an absolute doll. So about 6 years ago, we found ourselves in a crossroads. We had been unable to have a baby at that point of our own, a human baby. And and we still have not been able to. But it was Valentine's Day weekend and we were sitting in the car and having this heart-to-heart discussion. And I just decided, I think there's about 3 options. I felt like something needed to change.
Yeah, to get us out of our funk that we were in.
Yeah, we were in this funk. And so there's about 3 options for me. We can either, buy a house, which we lived in California at that time, so good luck. And then so we could buy a house, or we could take a trip to Europe, or we could get a dog.
Quite the options laid before me when I had just planned flowers and chocolates.
So after a little bit of discussion and thought, perhaps the easiest and perhaps the cheapest solution was to get a dog. And so we did. And that is when we found Carson, our Jack Russell.
In future podcasts, we'll continue to tell you our best Carson stories. And we'll also talk about dogs of all kinds in the news, media, history. We'll have guest interviews with dog experts, authors, and illustrators of dog books. And we'll dispense all our learned dog parenting advice.
We will also take you on live trips around Texas and provide you with furry factoids.
Factoid?
Yes. Something like, did you know that canine skin is more sensitive than human skin?
I did not know that.
I did not either. And most importantly, we will hear stories from you, our audience, and fellow dog parents. Thanks for listening to our trailer. We so look forward to seeing you and talking with you on March 22nd.
In the meantime, you can connect with us online at jackrussellparents.com or on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at JRT Podcast.
Jack Russell Parents is brought to you in part by Super Chewer. From the makers of BarkBox, Super Chewer is a themed monthly delivery of toys and treats made especially for dogs who play harder and demand a challenge. Simply go to jackrussellparents.com and click the Super Chewer link to enjoy their great offers while also supporting our podcast.